Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing city building simulation City Skylines. The game features 9 maps to build fairly large cities on, which we'll get to in a minute. It is worth noting that there are a number of tools available in the game. There is a map editor and an asset editor, and there's also a content manager where you can download new maps, mods, and various things people create on Steam Workshop, which should be fairly full once the game is released. So what we're going to do is create a new game. There are 9 maps to choose from, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I think once the game comes out, it's going to be pretty popular to add new maps to the game that you can then play on. So, and the maps are extremely large, as you'll see in a minute. So I'm going to make Townville. You can see that you can enable left side traffic if you're into that sort of thing. And then just click Start, and away we go. Alright, so here we are at the start. You can see this is your starting plot, and you may be thinking, oh no, this is extremely tiny. I've had visions of SimCity all over again. But the good news is as your population grows, you will be able to expand into surrounding regions, and eventually be able to take the entire map here, which is an extremely large area, as you'll see once we start expanding. But that is not for yet, because we have to grow a little Townville here. The first thing you have to do, and actually probably my least favorite thing, is you have to build a 2-lane road. Now you have all this traffic coming off the expressway, so building a 2-lane road is probably one of the dumbest things to take all that traffic on. But you have to build the 2-lane road in order to enable all of the other types of roads. So I'm going to make this a 4-lane road here on either side, and then I'm actually going to upgrade the middle. Upgrades in the game are really easy. You just use this upgrade road, you mouse over it, and it's done. If there's buildings in that area, they automatically get demolished and then repopulate. So it's really easy to place your stuff. Now, the hardest part of the game is the beginning, trying to not spend too much money. Unlike other city builders, you do not purchase zone territory. It's actually free. But what you do is you place roads, and you can see these little areas next to the roads are where you can designate what the zones are. So you really have to not expand a lot of roads, which is what I'm used to doing, is kind of laying out all my roads in advance and then filling in. You really can't do that in this game in the beginning because you will go broke fairly quickly, especially if you use large roads. So I'm going to actually probably stop at this point because I don't want to go broke. I'm going to save the middle here for an expressway. And I think I'm going to put... Well, let me see where my resources are. Oh, I can't yet. I imagine this is forestry resource, and so is this area over here. So I don't really know which way I want to do the industry. I think I'm going to do it over on this side because it's a little bit smaller. So that is what I will do. So when you start laying road, each of those little lines is 1 block. And if you lay it every block, it will allow you to fill in the middle. And that was not what I wanted to do. You can bulldoze and get almost a total refund. So, and then if you go back, you can see that whole area is filled in, which is really nifty. So I'm going to kind of build over to here, I think. And that's kind of all I want to do for that first, because you can see the money starts going down, and I still have to place power and water structures. So I don't really want to spend a lot of money yet. Once you get your city going, it's pretty easy to grow. And I've done several cities where the money is not even an object. You know, you can just freely build as you please. So first thing I'm going to do is place a power plant. So I will do the coal power plant. Now when you place structures like this, it's kind of a good idea to place them on roads you're not going to upgrade, because if you upgrade the road later, like if I placed it over here, I'd have to destroy it in order to expand that road, and I suspect that road's going to have to be expanded here in a little bit. So we'll put that there. You also need to have a water pumping station. You can see the flow lines for the water, which is important because when you start putting sewage in the river, it'll carry it downstream, which is a pretty neat little thing. So I'm going to have to be a little careful with this. And I'm in real deep trouble here because there is not much area. I'm going to have to do it all the way out here, I think. Alright, so we'll pump upstream here. Alright, and then we'll pipe this over. So, and then you just have to kind of fill in the area where you're going to zone. And we'll do one more over here. Probably one more down here. And we're good for that. And you can see I'm already down to $23,000. Now what I need to do is do my waste facility, which I'll do right here. There we go. And then again, I'm going to have to run my pipes up here. And the other thing I'm going to have to do is run power lines all the way down there. So here's the power plant. So I'm just going to run it kind of straight down. And I'll be able to delete these as I fill in the area with structures. Alright, so that's basically it. Now I'm down to $10,000. So now I need to start zoning stuff. So there's several zoning tools. There's a fill, which will fill in an entire area. There's this thing, which will allow you to kind of drag out an area to fill, which is pretty useful. And then there's also small and large areas to fill in. So I'm going to put my residential areas there and here. And not there yet. When I build, I usually try to build a block out so that I don't have to destroy people's houses when I expand. So I usually like to do this right here. And then I can fill in this area with residential areas. I'm going to keep this commercial because it's going to be near the expressway and there is noise pollution in the game. Alright, and then I'm going to do industry here and then I'm going to fill in commercial in the middle. So let's do here and here, and let's build a road up, because I'm going to continue this road over, but I can make this all industry. Well, except for that part. So that I'll use the marquee tool for. We'll just kind of stop it right there. Alright, so that's my start, and you see I have $8,000 left. And you're going to need some money for the first couple months until people start moving in. You see this little Twitter type thing. Some people don't like it. I don't really mind it too much. You just kind of tend to ignore things like that. And sometimes they do provide useful information when you're not covering all the areas with power or whatever else. So I'm going to accelerate time here a little bit until stuff starts building, which it is. So I'm going to have to run a power line over to this area. Right there. There we go. And it should be okay with water. All right. So we'll just let this town go. I don't want to spend any more money because I'm losing $1,000 a month. And the other thing is that you actually don't unlock loans until your city has 400 people. So if you overspend in the beginning, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about it. Alright, why do you need water? Oh, because you need water. Right there. Alright, so hopefully... Alright, now we'll need some commercial. Let's put it in here. And I'm actually going to D-zone this area by the expressway, because I imagine I'm going to be building some ramps onto it eventually. Alright, go Townville, go. So you see there's little floating icons that inform you of things. A couple minor interface things. If you click on the bank balance or click on the population, it doesn't open anything. Like when you click on the bank balance, it should open the economy view. Or when you click on this, it should open, you know, that some sort of happiness overlay. There are a lot of overlays in here that will enable when I start unlocking stuff here in a minute. And I'm going to run out of money. Alright, well, I may have screwed myself. Alright. I have $78. I need these people to move in. I might actually have to raise taxes here. Alright, come on people, move in. Like I said, the beginning of the game is really the only time that money is an issue. As you can see, it's a pretty big issue for me. So I can use this time to kind of look at the traffic coming in. The developer of the game previously did Cities in Motion, so the traffic simulation is really good. It actually simulates traffic lights changing and things follow you know, the patterns on the roads, and it's really well done. and I'm still burning money, which is sad. Hopefully I'll get up to 400 people and take out a loan so I can actually start building more stuff. Although at this juncture right now, I'm just kind of waiting for things. Waiting for my economy to rebound as all these people start moving in. Again, I probably expanded. There's that. Oh, look, taxes. I expanded too large. I probably should have just done like this one area here and the one area there, but... Oh, good. That's the other thing that happens when you level up is you get an influx of cash, so I'm good now. Except that I'm going to have to afford a bunch of stuff here in a minute. You do have garbage. You'll have to place landfills, which are permanent, and they'll continually fill up. So even if you're not growing your city, your landfills will fill up. And you can kind of take care of some of the garbage by doing an incineration plant. You also will have medical clinics for medicine, and then you can get larger structures like a hospital. You also have to place a cemetery to take the dead bodies to, or else people start moving out of your town if there's a dead body in their apartment that they want to go into. And then the police and fire stations. And then there's education for both elementary, high school, and universities, which again unlocks when you do certain things. And then different transportations, and then decorative and other type structures to entertain the people. So I'm going to wait until my demand goes up and people start moving in here. How much is a school? School is $10,000 and it costs $160 a week. So I don't want to crash my economy by putting a school in quite yet. Although I definitely will in a minute once my income goes up. Actually, the first thing I need to do is garbage collection, which is $4,000 and 160 weeks. So I'm actually good on that. Let me put the landfill over here. Actually, I'm going to put it over here. There we go. Landfill is done, and you'll have little garbage trucks go out. And the simulation in the game is really, really good. It tracks a whole bunch of stuff. If you find any of these cars, you can click on them and follow them. It shows you who owns it, where they live, where they work. And there they are. They're working at the Ice Cube factory. And then clicking on a business shows you the breakdown of the education levels of the people. Everybody's uneducated because I haven't built the school yet. My bad. And then, you know, you can basically click on everybody and follow them around. So that's part of the entertainment. You can get pretty close to the ground. That's about as close as you can get. You can watch little people walk around. Hey, Julie. Going to work. She's walking to work. That's a long walk. But that's okay. Alright, so the city's growing. Nope, not what I want. There we go. There are a bunch of hotkeys in the game that I have not memorized or set. You can set them to whatever you want in the options menu. But I don't know what they are. So let's see here. Yeah, I do have... These are buildings that require outside connections for imports and exports, and they come in on the expressway up there. You do have noise pollution. People don't want to live near a major road, which is very interesting. Here's your traffic display, which is going to get continually worse, and I think I'm going to have to expand this road here pretty quickly. Pollution. There is no air pollution, but there is ground and water pollution. Alright, so I unlocked a new area, so I can purchase a new area if I want. I can get a second loan, which if you need one at this point, you're doing really bad. And I can do districts, which is very interesting, and I will show that right now. So, what you can do, this is your natural resources area, so I have a big forestry area over in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a forestry district. So I'm going to kind of select all the trees in here. And we'll add some more in there. There we go. And then it gives it some random name, which you can change. So I'll call it just Oriental Forest. There it is. And then what you can do is specialize the area. So since this has a lot of forestry, you can specialize that area to have only forestry areas. You can do farming, ore collection, oil, or some generic industry. So it's really intended for industry. And then once this area needs more industry, then I will expand into that area. Alright, so I should probably get my elementary school up. And a medical center, for that matter. People are starting to get PO'd at that. So this will actually get rid of... What is that? Oh, some dude's house. Sorry. Alright, well actually I probably shouldn't build that there anyway. Let me do... Sorry. There goes your house anyway. Let's see what I want to do here. Let's do the medical clinic here. And let's do the elementary school here. And I don't want to burn through all my money. That's, yeah, see, that's 12,000. So I'm going to start expanding here in a minute once my demand goes up, which it is, now that I built my medicine and educational things. So I will be ready to expand here in a minute. No more homeschooling. Alright, so let's start expanding here. So I'll go out to here, and then I'll make this go up. And that's going to connect to that big road whenever I feel like connecting it up. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, sorry. I destroyed your house. This is going to get expanded, so I'm going to just expand it now, because I know this is going to be major traffic, so I'm going to start just continuing this down. Now, one part of the traffic simulation, having this many traffic lights on a major road is a really bad idea, but I don't really have any choice, considering how I laid things out. So there's that. I'm going to have to build that back. That's okay. You see, your money goes real quick. I'm already down to $4,000, so I'm going to need to zone this crap really, like right now. Alright, so let's do this. And then zone my commercial in here. And make my pipes go, and then I'm going to have to worry about water, or not water, but electricity here. Since I destroyed all that stuff. My bad. So laying pipes is a little tedious, but it's not a huge deal. Oh crap, I'm out of money. Alright. Well, I'm gaining 700 a month, so it should be alright. Oh, except I turned off the power for everybody. That was stupid. Alright. Well, crap. Oh, power lines are cheap. No. Alright, well, that was my mistake. I'm gonna have to wait a month. Oh, no. Okay, alright, so I have to take out a loan. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'll just do this one. I don't need that much money. I'll probably pay it back as soon as my city starts getting a positive cash flow. That was stupid of me. Like I said, you can't really do really dumb things or else you're going to be in real trouble. Alright, so this area should start expanding here in a minute. I'm going to have my commercial there. I might consider doing a downtown area. There's a timber. Woody's wood. So we'll just kind of wait for this to fill in and hopefully my cash flow will go back up once people start moving in. Nope. Crap on a stick. Alright, well, I guess I need a fire department, don't I? Just barely afford it. Alright, well. Go, dude. Go! Go! I'm gonna click on him. There he goes. Hello. Phew. Get out the way! There's a fire! And it actually shows him extinguishing the fire, which is pretty hilarious. 2 alarm, or at least 2 fire trucks. The guy's just walking right through it. Guy's so confused. Why is my house on fire? Sorry, Oscar. Alright, and it actually says it's coiling in the hoses. Like, level of detail. Hello. Alright, so that's done. My money is not in good shape. This is probably the worst town I've done so far. So of course it's the one that I'm doing for the video. A little overzealous in my expansion, I would say. Yeah, they don't even want to move in. Did I expand this? No. They picked the one spot that has no water. Thanks, guys. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. So I just really need to let the city kind of sit for a little bit until my demand comes back up. I would like to make a commercial area, if possible. One thing you can do for each district is actually set district-specific policies. And you can see a list of them here, and I imagine that they're going to add more. You can actually do ones on taxation and city planning to allow or disallow certain types of buildings. There's your tiny town. So there's Parks and Rec. There's a high school now. And it gave me a bunch of money. So hooray for that. Let's see how much that loan is. 17,000. I could pay that. Let's pay it. Alright. Go. That'll give me a lot more monthly income. I should be able to earn that back pretty quick. Like I said, that was kind of an emergency loan for me being dumb. Alright. Let's make some commercial. Now the question is, where do I want to do it? Probably down here. I think I'm going to do it in this middle area. So, let's see what I want to do here. Let's go down a block and we will go all the way over. I'm just going to do kind of a tiny, lots of roads, which will be expensive, but that's okay. Alright, so, put one off. There we go. There, that's good enough. Okay, let's zone this as commercial. Yeah, and there goes all my money. So money goes quick when you're starting out. Each of these roads is like 400. And you can see you can do curved roads and freeform roads. The curved roads are kind of weird. You click like where it bends and then it goes like that, which is kind of odd. But you get used to it after a while. Alright, that's all I want to do for now, so let's unpause this thing and let the cash roll in, hopefully. So you can see, expansion is kind of slow, which is by design, I would say. At least if you want to keep a functional city going. I got all the displays up, so I'll show that off. There's your power, so it shows how much electricity you have available. There's your water, so I'm good on that. There's your garbage, so it shows how much storage space you have and what the capacity is. I need to build another school. I need to build a high school, which is going to cost me a lot. There's your happiness. This is probably the worst display because it doesn't tell you why these are these percentages. So that's kind of unhelpful. Okay, great, 61%. Why? I don't know. There's healthcare and death care. The levels of the different buildings. Buildings will level up automatically once they start generating a lot of income and have high lane values. You can also have a wind display, so you can place your turbines in the best location where the highest wind is. There's your traffic display I showed earlier, and there's the intersection of trouble. Pollution, noise pollution, fire safety, crime, which is usually never a problem. And then the resources view, which I showed earlier. So this is a huge area of fertile land, so I might consider putting some farms over there. And then you can see your districts too. Yep, I know. Alright, so now I'm up to $14,000, so I'm pretty good. Except that these guys all have crime. So like I said, crime is usually never a problem. So let's build our police station right there. And that wiped out all my money. Oh, and these guys don't have any water. That's what happens when I don't pay attention. And there goes all my money. Alright, let's try to get some money going here. Alright, so we're good. We're at $2,000 a month, so that's pretty decent. And there go the little crime guys disappearing now. I put my police station in. Alright, so next unlock, and you can actually see what the next one is, will be Boomtown, and basically just unlocks more things to do, unlocks another new area. So if you go to the area map, I can actually unlock any of these 4 on the corner. So I would actually probably unlock this next so that I can kind of build on this side of the expressway. And then you can kind of go out from there. Okay, so now I'm kind of out of the problem areas. So I'm good. I don't have any loans out anymore. So more commercial is what they want. Oh, now my power is low. It sure is. Alright, so time for another power plant. This is why you just say, oh, and of course I can't afford it. That's cool. Cool. Alright, well, the question is, what do I want to do? I'll probably build a wind turbine. Which is unfortunate. So this will give me 7. And you can see if you put it in a non-windy part, it'll bring down the amount of production it'll have. So one of these should be okay for now. So there it is. And even that is kind of a lot of money. So here goes my wind turbine. That should last me for a little bit. I don't think I really have much areas that need to be expanded still. So. Nope, demand's going back up, which is good. Let's go look at this traffic. This traffic looks really bad, which is always what happens here, because you have a light here and a light here. Like I said, this is just a big, giant mess. There's Boomtown. Now you can build the expressway, but it's super expensive. It's going to eat up all your money. I do like that they give you a cash bonus at each milestone. It really helps out, so you don't really have to get loans too often unless you're not paying attention. You see I got another one at 4,200. Get more planning policies. To allow and disallow different buildings. Alright, as my traffic stacks up, you, sir, are the problem. I think it gives a pretty good overview of the game. It is really good. I think if you like city builders, this is definitely one you should get. It's kind of lazy to say, but it's true that this is what SimCity should have been when it came out, the most recent version. It has a lot of unique things. I like the use of districts to specialize different areas of your town. The interface is pretty good. There's a couple of areas that are lacking, such as specific happiness reasons, although most of them are displayed with little icons on the map, but it's still not... I'd like to have like a chart listing the top concerns or whatever of your town. I haven't even talked about mass transit, where you can have buses and trains and metros and boats and export goods to other cities. And the game keeps you pretty busy as your city expands. Even if you're just sitting here not doing anything, your garbage garbage dumps will fill up, and you'll have to pay attention to things that happen in the town as your buildings upgrade and people continue to move in. So it is definitely something that I recommend. It has a very sophisticated simulation, a lot of different things to keep track of. The usual power, water, garbage, healthcare. The usage of roads takes a little getting used to, that it charges you a lot because it zones the territory for you, and then you just designate what it is. But once you kind of get a couple games down, you can figure out what, how to pace yourself and not run into monetary issues. So that's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.